I knew I didn't even have to remind you.
I know. I'm so excited.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, good. I love it when people are ready for me.
Yeah.
Not always, though. It doesn't always happen. They
Really?
sometimes forget it. Yeah.
Oh no, I've had it plugged it right in my phone right after you asked.
All right.
So it's ready to go.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's really warm today. Good day for the fair at St. Paul's.
Oh.
Yeah.
When's that kick in?
9:30 to 2:30. It's over in 28 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. They set up their own dunk tank. They built this little platform.
Yeah.
And you throw a ball at it, and the ball dumps a bucket of water when you're sitting in the shower.
Did you do it?
No.
Did they ask you to?
Good for the interview.
You had your excuse. Hey, so how's this building working out for you guys?
Well,
I mean, every time we turn around, there's a new building that needs to be redone. How's this doing?
We just got this new roof this spring.
Oh yeah, that looks
Beautiful
good.
cedar shakes. It was really fun to live under that for 2 weeks. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I
boom,
bet.
boom.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good location, isn't it?
It's the best location. Yeah.
For a visitor center.
Yep.
I mean, don't we have enough visitors?
We have a lot of
People are going to be saying this. They're going to say, "Why don't we try to not ask everybody to come to Nantucket?"
Well, we don't ask anybody to come to Nantucket, but when they come here, we help them.
Of course.
Other organizations do that promotion.
That's true. Well, how closely do you work with the Chamber of Commerce?
We collaborate on a lot of things. Recently, they joined us in the 4th of July celebration. They had a window party, a window decorating contest.
Oh, okay.
I judged it.
Yeah.
I was judgmental.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
That was fun.
How long you been the director?
Almost 2 years.
And
it's
it's
August 6th.
August 6th.
Yeah.
How many years?
2.
2. And before that, you were at the Chamber.
Chamber for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I had taken a year off, and I had been at Mariah Mitchell for 8.5 years.
What made you come to Nantucket in the first place?
I got recruited to run the Mariah Mitchell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you actually do for them? I mean, what if you were to look back on those 8 years? How?
I got the library project started that now is their science lab up there. Mm-hmm. We started out by culling all the books and weeding through the books, and they kept some, and we had architects to do some planning. I think I did a lot of work. I know I did a lot of work around the education program.
Yeah.
It's almost all primarily, there's very little government money, like federal grants.
Yeah.
Although Mariah Mitchell has one for the astronomy program through the National Science Foundation. But other than that, it's their fundraisers and their membership and their annual appeals. And they've grown quite a bit in terms of number of staff that are up there.
And 8 years there.
Yeah.
What makes you want to continue to do this kind of work? How would you describe the work you've done?
Well, I mean, I've always been an educator, but we'll get to that a little more.
Right.
But being out here, I really wanted to see what we call, in my field, public history or public science, and ways to ramp up the experience so that it had more content in it and validity. So a lot of what I've done at Visitor Services and Culture and Tourism the last couple of years is to create different ways to experience Nantucket. So we have new walking maps. We have a walking map following the footsteps of Mariah Mitchell, because her 200th birthday was last year. This year we have one for Melville's 200th birthday. And it takes you on a different route through Nantucket, and it's just a different way to experience it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so a little more content to the, don't just go look at the pretty buildings and the beaches, but
You're not just there to hand out just brochures of other places to do and whatnot. You're actually contributing to the experience. You enjoy that.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the culture part of the job, is adding that experience to the visitor experience. So one of the things we did last winter with the One Book, One Island was to create a coffee crawl passport, because the book was about the Monka Mocha and it was about coffee, so I visited all the coffee shops and we made a little passport, and you'd go in and buy a cup of coffee and they'd stamp your passport. And then each coffee shop gave a gift card, and at the final event, we drew those passports out, and 9 people won gift cards. So it's a way to link culture and commerce, and it got more people into those coffee shops in February and March.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess February and March is really the quiet time.
Yeah.
I've always had this idea. Maybe it's a little crazy, but why not have a love fest centered around Valentine's Day? I mean, we have every other fest.
We need another fest.
Right? A love fest. I mean, remember when you could go over to the I don't know if you were here then, but I mean, Cuddles and Bubbles was a big thing over there.
No, I didn't ever.
Oh yeah, they had a Cuddles and Bubbles over there. Yeah, every suite had a
Where?
jacuzzi somewhere in Hyannis. I never went.
Oh.
It was over in Hyannis, and people would go over there just for the experience. But imagine if we did have something like that here.
We wrote a winter guide. David and I wrote a winter guide this year.
Okay.
And told people, how to get here, things that were going on, and links to other locations. And then we added a couple final sentences that said what to do when you get stuck because of stormy weather.
That's good.
Now here's our summer traffic.
Now, what do you think of this? What's your view of what Nantucket's become? You've actually been here long enough to see it just continuously creep up, especially the amount of visitors and tourists we have here.
Well, yeah, and I've certainly seen, I live in Noshop, so I've seen a lot of changes on Old South Road.
You live over there.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. So my commute goes when I drive, but I often take the bus, the Wave, because of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
My commute goes from like 8 minutes in the winter to about 22 in the summer. Yeah.
22, right.
Yeah.
I actually drove out to the airport just 2 days ago, and traffic was from the Rotary all the way past Noshop.
Yeah,
it was
crazy.
Stop and go like this all the way.
Well, and
what can we do? What would you? Do you have a solution?
I'm all in favor of more people riding the Wave or walking into town. Sometimes I drive my car to the stop and ride at the Chicken Box.
Okay.
And pick up the shuttle there.
Oh, all right.
And so I miss the shuttle. If I miss the shuttle, I can be into town before the next one comes around. It's only like a 12-minute walk.
Right.
So on a humid day like this, you're a little sweaty by the time you get to work, but it's a very pleasant way and a more authentic way to see the island when you're on foot or on a bike than when you're driving around in your vehicle.
Do you think we should limit cars?
I don't think we can limit cars. I don't
Why can't we?
rationally know how we can do that.
You mean we'd have to change the laws in the State House? We'd have to change it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
If enough people said we've had enough, why wouldn't they change it? It would be hard to do, but we can't do it easily, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Of course, everything's possible.
And we have more and more cars registered here each year. Now, I don't know if that means some of them had already been here, but now have a Massachusetts registration, or
Right. Well, there's so much building and so many new places going in that.
Well, I think the data platform says we've been at a pretty steady number for a while, and that what we're feeling is the congestion. Some of it is that more people are moving around by vehicles, and I wasn't here when Main Street would be empty in the afternoons because everybody went to the beach, but more people are behaving differently. They're shopping instead of going to the beach, so we feel more of that, especially in town. And the ride-sharing people seem to congest the area a little more too, because they are not like taxi drivers and they don't know how to pull over and let people out. So that can make for a great deal of congestion.
Well, that's right, and it's all about attitude anyway.
Yeah.
If you're in a good mood and you keep yourself in a good mood, you usually let people in and let them do what they need to do.
I try to do that at least once a day.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's funny. I go to Maine often. They don't do that up there.
No, I know.
Oh, you do?
I'm a Mainer.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Oh, where? From which part?
Kittree.
Okay, sure.
Barely in Maine.
I know.
Yeah.
Right across the bridge there. You're right there.
I used to live right on the river.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't do it. And if you do allow them to go, they look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
So when I'm up there, I know it's all etiquette,
Yeah, but you go way down east.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm in Lubeck. That's my spot. You're from Kittery, but you're an educator by choice. Did you go to college to?
I went to college and majored in economics, and then I went and got a master's degree in theology, and then I went and got a PhD in American history, with the intention of becoming a faculty member. And I did have a faculty appointment, but I really enjoyed the work of administration. and I realized that I was really good at the work of
When did you
administration.
realize that?
When I was a work-study student, I figured out how I was good at time management, and I could organize a lot of things, and I'm from a family of 10, so you had to be able to organize a lot of things. So, and I learned how to do budgets pretty early on in life, so that's really the language of administration, and budgets are really a numerical articulation of what you want to do.
Right,
So,
right.
And I enjoyed figuring out problems.
Were you religious? Is that why you did theology?
I did theology because I had been a churchgoer, and I am again now. I'm the moderator at the Congregational Church now.
Oh, okay. Moderator?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've been at that church about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
5 or 6 years.
So you came back to church?
I came back to church. Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get a degree in theology because it was like getting a second liberal arts degree. You had to study history, some sociology, music, literature, ethics. So, and I went to Harvard Divinity School, and it was so diverse there that you meet people from all different
So
walks of
did
life.
Linda.
Yeah.
Linda at the
Yeah.
Unitarian.
We were just emailing each other.
Oh
today.
my gosh.
Yeah.
So you guys have that in common.
Yeah.
But you weren't in the same class or
Oh no, I graduated in the 80s.
in the 80s.
Graduated. Well, she had another career before she went back to divinity school.
Did you think you might become a minister or?
My
at some
original
point?
plan with my economics background and then getting a theology degree was to do sort of social justice work. But when I was working at Harvard, I got working at the Bunting Institute at Radcliffe for a woman who became the president of Lesley University, and she was there for 20-odd years. And I was there with her for most of those. And I started out as her executive assistant and held all sorts of different jobs. The chief of staff, and then I was a dean for a while, and then I was a provost and a vice president for planning. So I was at the point where I was either going to become a college president or run my own show, and Brian Mitchell came knocking, and I thought, Nantucket, that might be fun.
So by the way, how did that happen? I mean, did you were you looking for something new?
I was at a conference, and there was a headhunter there, a recruiter. And I walked up and said, what jobs, who are you recruiting for? It's a firm I'd never heard of. And they said, oh, it's a science center out on Nantucket. And they told me the name of it, and I said, oh, Mariah Mitchell, I've heard of her. So about a week later, I got a call from them asking me, the question they always ask is, do you know of anyone who might be interested in being recruited for this position? And I said, yeah, but I'm not giving you their names because I'm interested in being recruited for this position.
Right.
So that was in like October, and I had a job offer in February.